All right, fight fans, I am back, refreshed, and ready to go. So let's continue on with Ultimate Boxing Pride versus Seikendo. Here we go. So we just got done watching Igor Borisov beat the shit out of Giant Ochai. Going on to the next fight, which I believe we'll see Andrei Kirsanov taking on Glenn Brosdorp. Kirsanov appears to be mainly a kickboxer, and this would be his only sort of foray into something not kickboxing. There's Glenn Balsdorp. He's from Holland, the Netherlands. I believe he fights out of the Nijmegen gym. And that's the flag I couldn't identify before. Let's pause it real quick because is that the Holland flag? Red, pink, and green? That's what the colors of the video look like. It could have been, maybe that's blue at the bottom. I don't know. Light blue, aquamarine. Anyway. I didn't note this before, but check out the awesome graphics here on our versus screen. Glenn Balsdorp, he had one previous MMA bout, and that was earlier in the month in June, June 4th. So that was, a week before this fight? Yeah, a week before, exactly. Because this event takes place on June 11th. He fought a week before on June 4th at a Rings Holland event, and that was against Big Mo T, another Holland-based fighter who didn't have very many MMA bouts. He only had 5 total, and the last bout was against Glenn, and his record before that was 3-1. Glenn Balsdorp, he lost to Big Mo T via DQ, so I don't know what he did. But he was disqualified for something, and we just saw another dance number there. I wasn't paying attention. I was reading the history on this guy here. I believe our Russian will be out first, but we shall see. Yes, he's light colored skin, as we saw. Brosdorp was of a darker complexion. So there's Andrei Kirsanov. This is a funky beat. This is like a 1930s New York style swinger theme. If you're going to a speakeasy, they're playing this, you're having fun. Totally fitting for a Russian for this Broadway dance number. I don't know where they got this music, but shouldn't they be playing some rock music, some hardcore music, something that makes you think of fighting? But what the fuck is going on here? They got and I just noticed now the dancers are dressed like they're 1920s American. So Brosdorp is out next. Glenn. Gotta always make fun of the Japanese for how they pronounce L's and names. Oh, and I actually have some Japanese dancers now, or Japanese models. They're not dancing yet. They got on a cute little getup with high socks there and sneakers. Nope, no dancing. Jeez. I guess they couldn't find any Japanese dancers. They just had Japanese models on hand. Maybe those were some Pride ring girls. They're going to escort Glenn Brosdorp out. Here he comes. He's got Nijmegen with him. He's coming in. He's got a cute little leather vest on. He's got on some shiny black bicycle shorts. Another great pronunciation right there from our commentator. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. I wonder if Brosdorp is a Nijmegen fighter. Nijmegen, of course, a rings veteran. Whoa, there's some fancy kicks there from our Russian kickboxer. Looks nice. And he's got the Ultimate Boxing, so he must be really representing Ultimate Boxing. But who is Brosdorp representing? He's not representing Pride. It's supposed to be Seikendo versus Pride. He's got some knees there, so he's going to be obviously a kickboxer as well. But Nyman wasn't really a kickboxer. Nyman, his time in rings, he was mostly a grappler. I don't know how much striking he could have learned from Nyman other than open-handed palm slaps. This will be an interesting fight. Who do you pick? They both have on the boxer-style trunks. I call Brosdorp's bicycle trunks, but they're more boxer style. Slapping body kick there by Andre. Leg kick by Brosdorp. Now some punches and an uppercut from Andre. They clinch. There's a knee from Brosdorp. Oh, and he gets thrown down, but he rolls and he gets on top. He's in half guard here. That was a pretty nice reversal there, but he's getting reversed now as Andre pulls him over by the head. But Brosdorp has the hooks in, but Andre's still turning, and the ref calls for a stand-up. No need to get involved. They stood right up. Usually the ref has to come over and separate them. Nice right there by Brosdorp. Andre swinging back. He had like a back fist there. It's kind of goofy. I don't think I've ever seen a back fist with boxing gloves thrown. Are back fists legal in regular boxing, or can you only throw with the straight of the knuckles? Can you throw a back fist in boxing? Now Brosdorp, his name, every time I say a B word now, I keep wanting to say Broxing because of Brosdorp. Oh my God. So I don't see really any advantage for either men here, trying to determine who's the better kickboxer. There's a clinch from Andre, and he muscles Brosdorp down. He's in half guard. A lot of half guards. I don't think there's been many. Most of the exchanges here on the ground, the guy's either been mostly in half guard. There's been a couple points of side control and briefly full guard, but I don't think the ref will let it stay on the ground too long if it's in full guard. Here, Andre's getting a little time to work from half guard. Brosdorp is trying to cover up, but there's not much he can do, especially trying to control the hands of Andre. You can't really control the hands of a guy when you're wearing boxing gloves. Late kick, Brosdorp comes in with punches. He has the neck there, and now he's going for the body again. Is he going to try to take down himself? He eats a knee. We're in the corner. I expect a separation here pretty quick. Yep, and there we go. Pretty quick separations. I do like it, as I said earlier, a couple days ago. I do like the separations. Superior rule set in this regard. Nice little left and followed by a right there by Brosdorp. Andre gets a body lock here. He's trying to move him around, but he's not getting far with it. Another clinch against the ropes and separation. Brosdorp feints in with the knee, and he's throwing some punches there. He gets kicked to the body, counters with a right there. They exchange lefts. Ooh, nice chopping leg kick. Almost trips Andre down there. Flies in with a knee. That was pretty nice. That was a quick round. It was a good round. It was pretty even. It was pretty even, though I think I would give it to Andre, just because he had better position on the ground. He got 2 takedowns. Although the first takedown was reversed, he was able to reverse out of it. So if I was going to be scoring that, I would have... There's a punch right to the forehead. He punched him right in the forehead. Ooh, nice left there. Some good exchanges. Comes in with sort of a knee kick. Gets popped with a right. I couldn't tell. Was that Nyman? Looks like he has a mustache. I don't think Nyman usually had a mustache. Maybe he grew a mustache. We're going for round 2. He's got his trunks pulled way up like a boxer. That always pisses me off about boxers when they pull their trunks up so anything under the belt and the trunks are pulled up over his belly button. So they kind of limit where. But some refs are smart enough to know that below the belt is not always below the belt. Below the belt means, in the groin area. Just because you pull your pants up to your nipples doesn't mean everything below that belt line on your trunks is below the belt. Oh, Andre that got popped there. He's going for a judo throw, but he slips off. Brosdorf is pretty sweaty right now. He's in guard. He was up on his feet throwing down punches. I expect to stand up here very quickly. Yep, and there we go. So far, second round is going towards Brosdorf's favor here. They clinch again. He's got the neck. He's going to try and pull him down, but he gets he gets taken back the opposite direction. He's in side control. He's got him wrapped up here, punching the side and top of the head. So I wonder if submissions. Ooh, he gets the mount. This is not going to be good. We'll see how long the ref allows this to go on. Because shoot boxing, they allow standing submissions. What kind of submissions can you pull off with boxing gloves? I mean, I guess you could pull off a guillotine. And you might be able to pull off head and arm choke, an arm triangle. But there's not much more you could really pull off. Whoa, flying knee kind of hits Andre in the thigh there. Brosdorf definitely is in more command of the stand-up this time around in this round. Ooh, he separates there, tries to throw a left. The kicks of Andre leave a lot to be desired. He's throwing a lot of body kicks, but I don't think he's really connected with one. Brosdorf now has him against the rope, is raking him with punches, holding his head back and firing away, though that one misses. Slapping leg kick, nice left, another good left from Andre. He gets a tight clinch, goes for a knee that doesn't really connect. Brosdorf is going for that sort of slicing, chopping leg kick. He held the head there for a knee, didn't really connect. A lot of energy is being put out here by these two men. Good action, I'm enjoying it. Again, I've enjoyed this event so far. It's been really good. I am still enjoying it. There's some good stuff here. Even though I don't know who either of these two fucking guys are, this is quite enjoyable. And Glory, for a while there, I was really into Glory. But I don't know, the quality of the matches, this is different. Maybe I have rose-tinted glasses of nostalgia on. But even though I don't know who either of these two guys are, I have no vested interest in either guy. I'm having fun watching this. We got a ring girl there and a flower getup, leaving a lot to be desired. It's not very revealing. It was a good punch there from Brosdorf. But I'm enjoying this, and there was a couple times, watching Glory's, I kind of gave up on watching Glory. Hard to remember it's on or look for it. There was times where I got kind of bored. I don't know. I would have to go back and take a look at Glory and see if it's good. But this is fun. I think Ultimate Boxing, this could be a thing. I believe this could be a thing today. But I don't think it'll ever be a thing. I don't think it's going to make any type of comeback. Not to say that it had ever established itself. That was a good counter right there from Andre. Something makes a comeback if they were on top before, and you say, oh, it's, had its day in the sun and then it's gone away, but it's coming back. Ultimate Boxing never had its day in the sun. I don't think it ever gained much foothold, even in Japan. Oh, that was a good punch there from Brosdorf. Andre again goes for that body kick, but doesn't really get anything on it. Oh, he had a good left. After that, nice straight left there. Brosdorf is slowing down here. I think he's gassing out. He's just plodding forward. His output is, he's throwing a lot of power in these punches, a lot of dead weight in his punches right now. There's not a lot of snap on his punches, and I think Andre's a little fresher, though. He looks tired, too. It's a clinch. Brosdorp, I think, is gassing out pretty quick here. Dead arm weight punches. He's just whipping his arms out there. And there's some blood on the back of Andre here. Andre should get more technical and more clinical in his striking here. Nice uppercut, and he rakes him with that left hook. Comes in with a 1-2 kick. His kicks aren't. He showed some fancy kicks in his during his name announcement, but his kicks here in the actual fight leaving a lot to be desired. He's giving up his back here. He's getting popped. Little shots. Now he rolls and gives up mount as Brosdorp punishes his white neck, turns it red. Ref breaks it. That was mount. Why did you stand him up on mount? When Andre had mount in the first round, it wasn't stood up that quickly. Ooh, big swing and a miss by Brosdorp. Andre there, though, as I said earlier, he should get really technical here and really surgical with his strikes and be a little bit more deliberate. And I think he could pick Brosdorp apart if he just stuck and move. But he's getting a little sloppy here. He's tired too now, but Brosdorp is way sloppy. He is looking pretty bad right now as he just sort of tanks forward. They clinch here, and ooh, I think the ref should have warned him there for that knee, even though he said break. And that might have made Andre a little upset here. He's got some fire in his hands now. He's trying to pour it on the last 10 seconds here, maybe to score some points. Woo, this is going to be a tough one to score. What do you think, fight fans? Who do you give it to? This is tough. I would have to maybe give it to Brosdorp, just because on the ground he had back mount and he had full mount. He got some shots in there. But, you know, Andre was scoring more on the feet. I would give them both one round, or I'd say after 2 rounds it was even. And that third round, that's tough. I'm going to go with my gut here. And I'm going to say Brosdorp has secured himself a victory. We will see if I am correct. Not that I'm cheating and looking at the... Because I really, honestly, although I was looking at the card and the fighters' names, I did not really pay attention to who won and lost. Brosdorp is getting his gloves pulled off pretty quick here. Andre, they haven't even begun to think about... Does Brosdorp have a date or something he has to get ready for? Does he have another engagement? Draw. Ooh, a judge gave it to Andre. Oh, he won it by... Even though there was one draw, it was... You couldn't call that a split decision. That's a majority decision, I believe it would be called. So... Andrei Kirsanov is our winner. This would be like the only fight I believe Andre would have outside of kickboxing. I think he fought Jerome LeBanner in 2011. I don't know much more about him though. Glenn Brosdorp, what about him? I don't think he would do much in the realm of anything after this. I think he became a LASIK eye surgeon in his homeland of Holland, though, which is an interesting stat. We're moving on to the next fight, which might be, it just might be, we'll find out. Because as I said before, these fights are not exactly in order as what is listed on the fight card. But I'm hoping, praying that the next fight is Jose Landy Pele taking on Abdul Nassar Nasia Abdul Nasia Medjidov. We shall see. Is that Medjidov? Here he is. I assume this is kickboxing, Thai boxing maybe? Nope, it's ultimate boxing. As you can tell, it might even be... No, it's ultimate boxing because right there, the strikes on the ground. So, this is confusing to me. There's Pele. Oh, yikes! Kicks! Spin kicks! Punches! Oh, he's got a little white beard going on there. Oh, knees! Yikes! Kicks! So why is it that it only appears to be the practitioners of Ultimate Boxing are Russians? Did Satoru Sayama come up with the idea of Ultimate Boxing himself? Or was it a Russian? Was he in partnership with Russians? Was there no Japanese fighters that wanted to take up Ultimate Boxing? What is going on here? And is this a... The fuck is this shit? Is this supposed to be like a hip-hop theme? Whoa. That chick right there. I think we would call that a butter nothing. Instead of a butter face, butter nothing. So yeah, this is like I'm gonna get copyright flagged for this fucking song. So I better keep talking. I better talk loud so they cannot differentiate between my voice and the song. So this is a boy band inspired girl band dance. Oh, let's just move on. Who is the fighter gonna actually walk out to this? Is this for real? Medjidov probably had no choice in what song he comes out to, and he's fucking coming out to NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, whatever the fuck boy band made that song. I don't know. I know it was a boy band song. Maybe NSYNC. I don't fucking know. I don't give a shit. Abdul Nasia. He looks like a fucking Russian. He is your stereotypical Russian. Kind of has that bony face with that big brow. You know, that overhanging brow. He might be Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan, I mean Dagestan. One of the stands. He's from one of the stands. He does not have any other type of combat sports on his record. But we did see him in that promo package doing some Ultimate Boxing. So again, maybe he was doing Ultimate Boxing. Was Ultimate Boxing a thing in Russia? Were there actually guys doing it? Were they having events for Ultimate Boxing? Or was it a case where they threw on one Ultimate Boxing just to establish it and it was never done ever again? I don't know. I have too many questions. Where did that video come from? Was Satoru Sayama having other Ultimate Boxing events? It's really kind of hard to find. And here we have our Japanese models once again just standing here stoically. And they have Pride shirts on. But they had the Pride shirt. I think that said Pride. Let's go back because I was partially paying attention here. So do their shirts say Pride? Okay, it does say Pride. So I paused it here because this is they're just standing there very awkwardly, staring off into the distance. But these were the same girls for Glenn Brosdorp. Glenn Brosdorp is not Pride. Even Hans Niemann, he fought once in Pride, but he was a rings fighter. How can he be considered a Pride fighter in this Seikendo versus Pride event? It's confusing. But going back to Satoru Sayama and this Ultimate Boxing deal and the Seikendo World Association, it's pretty tough just searching in English trying to find information on it. There were some other events out there, I believe, for Ultimate Boxing. Well, I know for sure there was other events, but Yeah, it's pretty tough to find any information on this promotion. Video is even tougher to find. Yeah, so I have a lot of questions on this whole Ultimate Boxing, the Seikendo World Association. No fucking rules. That's a nice shirt. I wonder if that's custom made. What is up? Pele here is looking a bit beefy. Yes or no? He's looking a bit beefy in the upper body. He's got his white beard, which I believe is new. We have Yuji Shimada back for the reffing duties. Pele's going to each corner. He's put his dick right in front of the cameraman. Now he's going to the other corner. What is he doing? What the fuck is this shit? Look at this. He's like, this motherfucker. There is... Yep, he just said his name there. I don't... Abdul Nasir Medjidov. Pele's getting a shoulder rub from Shoot the Box Bro. I don't know what that guy's name is. I should know it. So this is going to be Shoot the Box versus I don't know what style this guy might have. Ultimate Boxing, I don't think is... He's just like... Look at this fucking guy. He does look like it. Oh, he's ready to fight. He does look like he's from Dagestan, doesn't he? He kind of looks like... He looks like Khabib's brother, or Khabib's training partner, one of Khabib's stablemates. He looks like a fucking Dagestani. So we go Pele. Let's see. He looks like he's kind of a fish out of water in this. I think he wants to grapple. I don't know how much literal boxing training he has. Now, this is not to say, again, when I say this, I'm sure he has punching training. Yeah, I'm not saying he doesn't have punching training. There's a difference between boxing and punching and throwing your fists out there. I'm trying to put it into words that will make sense. But it's stylistically, there's obviously a difference. He's not holding his hands like a boxer, and he's definitely not throwing his hands right there like a boxer, but he gets a nice takedown here, and he winds up in side control. I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention. Ooh, he's kind of... What the fuck is he expecting to do with that? He mounts up here, though, gets two good shots. See, he's punching like he's still a Vale Tudo. Like, as if the gloves were little, you know, MMA gloves. He's throwing the punches. He is not holding his hands at all like a boxer. And looking at... what's this fucking... Medjidov. Looking at Medjidov here. He is holding his hands almost like a Thai boxer. But, oh, another nice takedown there by Pele. He is just working it. Another one. Though, the hook of the ropes there by Medjidov. It's like keep peeking over to remember this fucking guy's name. So he's not Medjidov is not a traditional boxer either. And Pele, his hands here, his hand placement is all wrong and confusing. And it might not be wrong for an MMA when you're maybe preparing for a shoot or a grapple. And I'm not saying it's entirely wrong, because again, this Ultimate Boxing has grappling and holds and throws. So I won't say it's wrong, but I will say that it's definitely not a traditionalist boxing stance or throwing of hands as if a boxer. Because I'm thinking of this Ultimate Boxing. Honestly, I think right away my mind goes to, well, boxing. You know, it's got to be like boxing, right? Because they got boxing gloves on, so you'd expect it to be traditional boxing, just with the added elements of the ultimate part, which is the, you know, kicks, throws, grappling. There's Vanderlei Silva. We get our first peek at Vanderlei. His star was growing in Japan, but he wasn't the mega star I guess you would say he would become. I think you could say that Vanderlei Silva was a thorn in the Japanese side, but they appreciated him. I don't think they liked him more than, say, a Sakuraba or a Japanese fighter. I think, in fact, anytime Vanderlei will fight a Japanese fighter, they would prefer to cheer the Japanese fighter, but they cheer for Vanderlei because they appreciate him, and he is a good fighter. But around this time, Vanderlei still had not achieved that sort of appreciation, I will say. I don't think he would really get that till he toppled Sakuraba. So Pele is all ready to go here. He's going to get crazy with his feet, I think, here. And he throws a high kick. Comes around with the left. Doesn't really connect either way. It's a late kick by Majidov. And he almost gets... He stays up there. Good kind of balance. He tries to throw Pele off there and get some separation. But Majidov, his striking here is leaving a lot to be desired. He connects there with a right, but it gets countered and clinched. Another takedown by Pele. Pele is all crazy with these takedowns. And it's kind of odd seeing a guy wearing boxing gloves in a match that's called Ultimate Boxing as Majidov just looked freaked out there. Wearing these little baby trunks that Pele has on. But they, you know what? I would say if you're in a kickboxing match, if I was in a kickboxing match, I would wear baby trunks like that too. It gives you a lot of movement, so much freedom. You can just, you got so much room to, so much freedom in how your legs move. Just, it's so liberating. I seriously would if I don't know if they would allow it. I don't know why they wouldn't allow it, but if I was to do a kickboxing bout today, I have a pair of those. I still have them from my MMA fight when I went out and fought in those. And the Dan Severns, I call them. I would totally rock those for a kickboxing bout. Majidov really isn't getting a whole lot off here. Pele, it's been all Pele. He's been pretty stifling here. As soon as they have a little exchange on the feet with hands, he goes right for the clinch, right for a hold, right for a grapple. He's got the back here. Majidov, now he seems like kind of like the fish out of water in terms of what to do against Pele. He's not offering a whole lot, and it's been all Pele. Majidov keeps his hand back there just to make sure he knows where Pele is. He's got pretty good footwork, though. Watching Majidov move here with his feet, his footwork is pretty good. I think he is just lacking in execution here and confidence and placement and his technicality. He doesn't seem sure of where he should be attacking here. He doesn't seem sure when he throws his punches. That kick there didn't really have a lot of oomph on it. He goes in there for a knee, but why would you throw a knee in that spot? It wasn't a bad push kick, but he should use that to set something up. He bats his right hand out there. And the bell rings there, ending round 2. We're going to go to our third and final round. The coach of the Shoot the Box, whatever his name is. Again, I should know that. That should be something you should know, but I don't fucking care. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just it doesn't matter. It was Ensign Inoue. Whoa, check it. Whoa, holy shit. Is that a Japanese monkey? Hey, we're the monkeys. I've gone back too far here, but I'll pause it. If you know the reference I'm making, the monkeys, they're like a Beatles knockoff in America. They had Davy Jones. Was it Davy Jones? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Davy Jones. The Brady Bunch movie feature. Look at this fucking clown. Holy shit. And check out this CIA agent. Look at this fucking guy peeking in here. Oh, man. Inoue looking cool. Looks like he's healed up after the pounding he took from Mark Kerr. Oh, that was a very... And there's Alexander Otska. He's actually looking semi-normal here, as opposed to every time we see him in Pride, he just gets fucked up. And is this what gender is this person here? I don't want to misgender this person. I might not want to misgender as I move the screen here. Fuck me. I gotta put it back. I'm gonna edit this part out after I don't want to misgender this person here either. I might not know. They look not very happy with this Ultimate Boxing shit. They look like they are pissed off at being there. Whoa, Pele has a lot of... Well, they're both pretty slick here. They should be wiped down in between rounds, especially in something that has throws and grapples. Because look at Pele, he just slipped right off there. It should be mandatory that guys get toweled off. Now maybe in regular boxing, okay, if there's not going to be any holding. But in this Ultimate Boxing where there's holding, you got to towel the fucking guys off. That is unacceptable. It was a separation. Not much was happening there. Let's see if Medvedev can get anything off here. Otherwise, he is losing to Pele. Pele's showing him, here comes the right, but he doesn't throw it. Medvedev closed the distance. The grapple there. Maybe he was afraid that the right was going to come and he wanted to get in there quick to stop it from happening. He moves in here again. As I was saying earlier, I do like the footwork of Medvedev. He's very light on his feet, bouncy, and that, I would say, is his best attribute that he's showing off is his footwork, but you got to use that in tandem with your boxing skills, your striking. Having great footwork is one thing, but you got to tie that in. So I don't know if he does a lot of strikeless shadow boxing, because if you want to improve your footwork, you really want to work on it. You do a lot of shadow boxing, and you do a lot of hopping around, and you put yourself off balance, stay hopping on one foot, then on the other foot. And that will really help you with your footwork if you ever want to improve that. Shadow box a lot, but you just can't hop around. I mean, you can as a sort of an exercise to only work on your footwork. But it's when you tie in moving forward and striking, moving forward and kicking with your little exercise of your hopping around footwork practice, so to speak. That's where you really improve. Medvedev doesn't have a whole lot of time here, and his kicks, I don't think he's connected with a single kick that he's thrown, although he's thrown a couple dozen, maybe a dozen. This has been the reoccurring story of this fight, the Pele takedowns. He's got knee on belly. He's trying to get his arms free here. He's got two knees on belly. He was feinting a headbutt there, and the ref stands him up. Yeah, I don't think Medvedev has got a clean contact with a single kick he's thrown. He moves in here with a push kick and immediately gets clinched. He's going to get taken down again here as Pele transitions to the back. Ooh, he's fucking him. He's butt fucking him. The fuck? Jeez, Pele, that was gross. He literally, I'm going to instant replay that. He butt fucked him. He's a butt fucker. I went back too far, but that's okay. Watch the double knee on belly he gets here. Oh no, I didn't go back far enough to show that. So Pele knows he's got this one. There's not much Medvedev can do with 10 seconds left. He comes in and he just flings that push kick out there. So Pele takes it back and he butt fucks him. Here it comes. Boom, boom. What the fuck, dude? It's like a horny dog. He's proud of himself. Wow, that was great. All Pele, we know who won that one. There is going to be no draw in this. Pele the victor. His one and only Ultimate Boxing bout. Safe to assume he's the winner. I'm not even worried about it. 100%. He won that bout. Bows to all the corners. Pele, he had a pretty illustrious career. He ended his career at 29-15. And he fought all the way up until 2015. Though his quality of opponent dropped way off. I would say probably after. I think the high point of his opponent was probably Talis Leitis, and that was in 2006. Maybe Alexander Shlemenko. Mid 2000s, he had some significant bouts, but after that, they kind of fell off. Probably after his fight with Jake Ellenberger, which was in Extreme Fighting Challenge. He would fight Brian Gassaway, one of the Gassaway brothers, Shannon Rich, and then nobodies. So there you go. Pele's the winner. Oh, there's Fontes Braga. I said he was Luta Livre earlier. That's clearly was her. Right? There's a bitch fist from Pele that connects. And here was the story of that fight. The takedowns of Pele. So Fontes Braga was in Shootbox, but I don't think he'd stick around Shootbox for long. At least he wasn't a prominent member after 2001, 2002. I said earlier that he fought... he fought a month after this. That was wrong. It's a month and a year after this. He would fight at Pride 15. I forget who he fought there already. I have a piss poor memory. What can I say? I got too much shit going on in my head all the time. It's like, have you ever seen, I'll pause it here because maybe you've seen it, Married with Children, the daughter. I forget what her name was. I should know this. I forget the actress's name, though I can almost picture it in my head. But anyway, Kelly. Kelly was her name in the show. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, her brain could only hold so much information, and every time she learned something new, something old that she learned would disappear. That's exactly how my brain is. My brain is so... But her brain was just so small that it couldn't contain a whole lot of information. My brain is so big, but I got so much stuff in there. So it's the reverse. Just I have so much stuff in there, but I still learn new stuff all the time, and I forget old stuff. Anyway. There's another good bout. Though I would probably only rate that one as a 6 out of 10 because it was pretty one-sided, and Medvedov didn't offer a whole lot. By the way, Medvedov, I see this as his only fight on his combat sports record. Though I'm sure he had other fights in Russia, they are not listed. Our next bout might just be Takashi Sonoda taking on Dorjd Grigorgi. We shall see. We have an interlude here, though, with Lampaneda. Is that a Lampaneda? The shootbox. Let's see. Shootbox coach. While he's talking. Because he's talking in Portuguese, and I have no idea what he's saying. Oh, Rudimir. Yes, I knew that. Rudimir Frederigo. I knew that. I'm serious when I say I knew that. He is Rudimir Frederigo. I knew that. I just didn't feel a need to say it. So here's Vanderlei Silva addressing the crowd. I think this was prior to him. Maybe he was announcing his fight with Sakuraba. This was prior to their collision course, their collision that they would have. As I'm searching for more stuff here, I wanted to make sure their fight at Pride 13, their first bout at least. Yes, Pride 13, collision course. I was inadvertently completely right on that when I said they were headed for a collision. I just wanted to say they were headed for a collision, and then I added the course at the end because I'm a fucking dumbass. But it turned out to be fucking right. They would fight at Pride 13 collision course. That was the name of the event, and that was in March though of 2001. So that's pretty long. If that little segment there was Silva announcing something regarding Sakuraba, I'm just assuming here. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he talked about his mother's secret recipe for chimichangas. This is going to be our next bout, which I said earlier is Takashi Sonoda taking on Dorjed Grigorgi. His first, or maybe it's Grigorgi Dorjed, but the Dorjed part is spelled D-O-R-Z-D. Dorjed. I assume that's how you say it. We'll just go with that. So here we get our assumed Russian dancers. They're now in a, what is this, sort of a burlesque outfit, S&M, Madonna backup dancer, or even a Mariah Carey backup dancer outfits. Those are probably more suited for women of a more voluptuous nature. These sort of soft, skinny. Because they're skinny, but those ladies are still kind of soft. You know, like they're like, you know, the 35-year-old mother down the street who's skinny, but obviously doesn't have a lot of muscle on her, or a lot of. She doesn't exercise a whole lot. She's just naturally skinny, you know. That's what those girls kind of look like. So is this Dorjed? He looks like a chud. He's got a baseball cap on. I don't see a whole lot of Russians wearing baseball caps, but maybe he's not a Russian. Grigorgi Dorjed or Dorjed Grigorgi? Where is he from, I wonder? That don't fucking tell us. Cocksucker. Oh god. Let's stop. Because I'll come back, fight fans, I promise. So Dorjed, obviously. Okay, he's Russian. Dorjed is Russian. I don't want to miss Takeshi's walkout here. That's close enough. Is he wearing is that a New York Yankees ball cap? It is a New York Yankees ball cap. It's a red New York Yankees ball cap. I didn't even think they made Yankees ball caps in red. That's a Boston Red Sox color. What the fuck is going on here? Maybe in Russia, the New York Yankees ball caps are red. Or maybe there's a knockoff New York Yankees baseball team in Russia and their colors are red instead of, you know, black and gray. So Takeshi is coming out to the theme of Rocky. Dorjed, this is his only fight on his combat fighting record that I can see. Takashi Sonoda. He's from the A3 gym. And this would be his first fight, though he would have a couple more fights after this, though nothing worth mentioning. At least he had no opponents that were of note. Similar to him, he's coming out in a gi. He looks like a random nobody that you wouldn't think twice of, but he's coming out to the Rocky theme. Lightly dyed hair. Oh, he opened his mouth too soon for the mouth guard. He's seen the mouth guard open his mouth, but it didn't come. Akira Shoji looking very strange there. So he is in the, maybe he trains with Akira Shoji. Akira Shoji had his own little gym, I believe. He didn't train with Takada, Sakuraba. He stayed off on his own. But that is Akira Shoji. He looks a little strange with his hair down like that. So is Takashi representing... At least I'm sure that's Akira. Yeah, that's Akira Shoji. He looks a little more plump than usual here. Of course, this was after him getting pounded by Mark Coleman, and Akira Shoji was hurt after that. He said he went to the emergency room, or his head was pounding for a month after, but I think he fought like a month after that. Russia. Okay, so I got nothing from him pronouncing his name. I don't know what the announcer just said. Horse Joe. I don't know. Sona Takashi. A very unremarkable looking man. And we shall see what happens here. A little bit of height advantage for Dorged. What did I say his name was? Dorged. That's the only way I think you could pronounce it. Unless there's some secret way Russians pronounce their names. There's a clinch by Takashi. He's got the underhooks. Why he grabs the ropes there? He should have just linked his arms. He twirls out. He's got over-unders. They both have an over-under. Dorge going for really slicing knees there. Didn't really affect Takashi. He's bouncing around a lot. Pops him and throws him down. Oops, I think Takashi's hurt. That looked pretty awkward. That fall did not look good. It was kind of strange. Whoa! Oh, he eats a kick. He turns his back completely. And as he's not even looking in the direction of the fighter, he gets kicked from behind right in the side of the face. He's getting worked here with a tie clinch and punches. Takashi's going down. Dorge goes for the legs here, and he's hooked himself on the ropes. A dummy. But the ref stands him up. Dorge moves in here with huge strikes. Takashi tries to wrap him up. He's getting worked here. He's eating knees. Dorge is scoring at will here. Ooh, nice left. Takashi fires back with a 1-2, but there wasn't a whole lot on him. I'm turning into the good vibe here. I'm calling him Takeshi as if he were Takeda. It's Takashi. Takashi goes down. He's going to get his count here, but he's up at the count of 5. He's ready to go, but he gets a standing 8 count. How many fingers was there? He must have said 3, and he gets knocked out. Wow. Dorge just fucking worked him over. Wow. That kid has got something. With that being said, it's kind of easy to to show off against clearly a lump of shit, who is Takashi. Oh boy. No information on Dorge, what he would do after this. Might be something to look into if I really cared that much, but I don't. As for Takashi, He'd have 4 more fights after this. His next fight was in March of 2001 at Rings Battle Genesis Volume 7 against Yasuhito Nemekawa. He would lose that one via submission due to armbar. Then, in February 2002, he would win via decision against another no, this one's actually called Takeshi. Instead of Takashi, this guy's name is Takeshi. Takeshi. So Takeshi. So Takashi took on Takeshi Kusaka at Greatest Common Multiple GCM Org First Costume Competition. Actual name of the event. Takashi won that one by decision, as I said. And his final fight listed on his record is in November of 2002 at ZST, The Battlefield 1, where he would lose via submission due to rear naked choke. So Dorjed puts his hat back on. His manager, his coach, has on a very American-inspired running suit there. Jogging suit, sports suit, whatever you want to call it. He gets a little trophy and he's heading out. Nice performance, good knockout. But again, it's easy to look great against a bag of potatoes. Gonna head on to our next fight here as we wind this event down. We're going to our semi-main event, which is going to see that man, Sultan Magomedov. It's another Magomed. But this one is Sultan Magomed. Oh my fucking... This guy's name has 20 syllables in it. Sultan Magomed... Oh my god. Sultan Magomedov. I did it, fight fans. Sultan Magomedov. Kavkaz. Hey, Kavkaz. And there's Dick Vry looking very Frankensteinish. He looks very trollish. He is looking old, very old, and Kavkaz is, I think, listen, I like Dick Vry. I thought he was great in rings. He played his part well in rings. He was supposed to be the evil foreigner, sort of the foreign killer. He did that great against Akira Maeda. And I am completely done with these fucking dances. These 4 chicks that they have doing these dances are not much to look at. And I do not give a shit about these fucking dances. Maybe you are looking at these ladies and you're getting turned on. Me, I'm soft. I'm as soft as a bowl of jelly. So Kavkaz will be out first. I'm not even going to try and say whether that's his first name, his last name. I don't fucking know. Kavkaz. I'm just going to call him. He had some fights on his combat record, combat sports record here. Prior to this, he fought at World Valley Tudo Championships number 7, which I assume was a tournament. I believe he won that. I could be wrong, though. I don't know what weight class the tournament was at. We'll have to watch that one some other time for a classic MMA revival. At the Absolute Fighting Championships number 5, he beat 2 opponents and then lost to Mikhail Avetsian via rear naked choke. He fought Heath Herring once at World Valley Tudo Championships 8. I think that was another tournament. He won 1 fight at that event. And And so coming into this fight, his record was 6-2. Dick Vrij, can't tell you what his real record was, because unfortunately his bouts in rings weren't legitimate. They were works. And on his record here, and this is not correct, on his record, his combat fighting record, they have all his fucking works. Or most of his works. They don't have them all because they don't have like the first Rings event, but they have like Rings Battle Dimensions Tournament 1992 fucking works. Anything for Rings prior to 1998 is almost guaranteed to be a work. So Dick Vrij's fights post-work era of Rings starts off with Volkan at Rings Battle Dimensions Tournament 1997 final. Again, that might have been a work. He lost to Volkan via unknown reasons. That's what it says, unknown. He fought Paul Valorans at Rings Holland, the King of Rings, in February 1998. He lost via KO. He lost to Wataru Sakata in December of 1998 at Rings Mega Battle Tournament via TKO. He won against Zane Frazier via KO at Rings Holland Judgment Day. That was in February of 1999. And then Chris Huzziman. He lost to him via submission in Rings Australia NR3, and that was in March of 1999. So we can say that Dick Vrij, and I did not talk about his walkout at all there, but we can say Dick Vrij's record, his legitimate record coming into, verifiable legitimate record coming into this fight, was 1-4. And he's getting a little long in the tooth. He's no spring chicken. Obviously, we could tell by his weathered, grizzled face. He's got Hans Niemann, it looks like, with him. Dick Vrij, he's got dad bod for sure. Dad bod is going on. He looks like he's shrunk as well. He looks like he's gotten a little shorter, although he's got some height on Kavkaz. Kavkaz looks a little foolish there with his haircut. Dick Vrij. Kavkaz has chest hair and hair on his body. Dick Vrij looks smooth and waxed. Here we go, round one. Uncommitted leg kick there by Vrij. We'll see if he has anything here, if he offers anything. I would say Dick Vrij, legitimate skills had probably deteriorated, if I could say that word. They probably weakened while he was in rings because he was doing works. And maybe he had figured out he didn't need to train as hard or actually train striking and legitimately attacking. He probably worked more on not hurting people, to be honest. You got to make it look good, but you don't want to actually hurt people. Spinning back kick there from Kavkaz. Vrij comes in with a left and a kick. He gets taken down there with a trip by Kavkaz. He tries to get up, but Kavkaz throws a punch that slightly connected. He's all over Vrij here. Vrij stands up, though, with him on the top of his head, where Kavkaz was literally standing on him. Vrij is breathing a little heavy here. Kavkaz with a leg kick. Vrij answers back with the same side leg kick, but he trips. And Kavkaz is on top here, pounding him away. Vrij is covering up. He grabs the leg. He's trying to avoid damage here. He grabs the ropes, and they're calling that as a down. And Vrij is done. Vrij is not getting up. Vrij is out. Wow. We got to see a replay on that one. Wow, Fry looks like he doesn't know what universe he's in. And Kavkaz checks on Vry. So we saw that promo package earlier where I don't know if Vry was talking shit or if it was just more of like, hey, Kavkaz, you know, you think you're good, you think you're special, or I'm gonna fight you, Kavkaz. It didn't sound like it was mean-spirited. It didn't sound like a Conor McGregor shit-talking. You know what I mean? It looked like he was just, they said to him, hey, your opponent's Kavkaz, why don't you say something here? We're in your hotel room. I got a camera. We're just going to do this quick little promo video. You just say, his name is Kavkaz. That's who you're fighting. Say something about Kavkaz. And you probably said, Kavkaz, looking forward to fighting you. He gets slugged in the back there. But anyway, so I don't think there was any heat between these two guys. I don't even think they really knew who each other were, to be honest. So where did Vry get knocked out? With that left? And I noticed this earlier, but I didn't mention it. They play the Pride victory music. But the Pride guy did not, there was no Pride fighter in this fight. There was an Ultimate Boxer and a Rings fighter. Dick Vry would never fight in Pride. I don't think Dick Vry, although he was a Dolman-trained fighter, I think when he went into Rings, he let his legitimate skills completely go to the wayside. He gets hugged there from Igor Borisov, Tommy Morrison look-alike. Well, so what would happen with Dick Vry? Well, Dick Vry had one more fight in him. And that fight would happen at It's Showtime, Amsterdam Arena. And that was in June of 2003. Dick Vry would win that fight against Barrington Patterson via KO. And seeing him on top, Vry decided to bow out. You go out while you're on top. It sucks when you go out when you're not on top, when you just sort of slink away after being run through the ringer. That's not good. You go out on a high note, and that's what Dick Vry did. As for Kavkaz, well, after this, he would appear in another Seikendo event, SWA Ultimate Boxing, and that was in October of 2000. He fought Denis Podolyachin. Let's just go with that. He fought that guy, Denis. That was a 4-round fight that went to a decision that fell in Denis's favor. And then after that, he would have one more fight, at least according to this listing I'm looking at. Again, you got to take it with a grain of salt, because he might have been fighting in Russia, and there seems to not be any surefire way to verify that unless you speak Russian or you know a lot about Russian MMA. There's not a lot of bleed over, it seems. It seems that some of the upkeepers of these records really don't look at all the sources they could. But anyway, I've talked about that way too fucking much. Let's move on. According to his record, his last fight was at Gladiator FC Day 2, and that was in June of 2004. He would fight Mitsunori Tanimura, and he would win via KO in the first round, and that does it for him. So we're going on to our main event here, which, sees one of my faves, the Masaki Satake, taking on the aforementioned Denis Podolyachin. So there's Denis Podolyachin. Podolyachin. It's spelled exactly how I pronounced it there, fight fans. So take a guess down below with a comment. How do you spell Podolyachin? There's the Masaki Satake. Here he is against Mark Kerr. That was a mismatch. Masaki Satake, who had started out in Rings, then transitioned to a K1 career, was in no shape or form a match. for Mark Coleman. There was just in no universe he was a legitimate threat to Mark Coleman. So his hair looks very spiky there. I like it. There he was a K1 Grand Prix champion. I think according to that he was 1984. I know he was a Grand Prix champion, but I didn't know what year it was. Podoliachin! I was pretty close. If I could pronounce it as well as a Japanese ring announcer, that's a pretty good thing. So what the fuck is happening here? Is this Fifth Element? What the fuck is this shit? And again, their bodies are not built for these revealing outfits. They're leaving a lot to be they're lacking here. There's a lot to be desired in these. I'll give them an A for effort, I guess. I wonder where they got these costumes. If they is this supposed to be Spanish inspired? Is that Spanish? Is that what Spanish dancers wear? Where did they get these costumes? Do they just have suitcases filled with random costumes? So here comes Denis Podoliachin. I'm getting better with his name. And that is one of the most surprising. I'm not getting worse. Some guys' names, I get worse. This guy's name is pretty easy. My dyslexia. I don't know. Maybe it's not dyslexia. Maybe it's just stupidity. But sometimes when I'm looking at a Russian name, or sometimes a Japanese name, I'm looking at it, and I lose the ability to read. I look at it and it's like, how do you read that? Sultan Magomedov. I did better that time with that guy's name. No sweat. So Denis Podoliachin, coming into this fight, his record listed is, and I'm sure it doesn't include any kickboxing, it might just include, I don't know why, I'll pause it here because I don't want to let this get too far ahead. I don't know why this Ultimate Boxing stuff is listed on these guys' record, because there isn't any kickboxing, so why would they include Ultimate Boxing, this weird, obscure style, combat style? Why would they include this in his record but not kickboxing or shootboxing if he had done any of that? Anyway, I was wrong. He had no fights prior to this, though he would have about 12 fights after this. So there's nothing more to say there. Masaki Satake. Let's see what they have to say about his record on this. They have some of his works in rings, and they don't have any of his kickboxing. Masaki Satake's legitimate MMA record coming into this bout was 0-2. He had fought Mark Coleman and Guy Mezger, both losses. He lost the submission via neck crank to Mark Coleman, and he lost to decision, unanimous decision to Guy Mezger. Let's press play. Let's get on this. We're almost done here. You know how excited I am to almost be finished with this. And this is being recorded very late at night. My wife and son are asleep. I'm trying to not be too loud to be disturbing or annoying. But this is the only time I've been able to really kind of get some quiet time to sit in and do this, because I love this so much. And here he comes to his Godzilla theme. I love watching this shit so much. But my son, when I'm home, because I work a full-time job, so I'm away from home from 8 o'clock till 6 o'clock, and my wife works now too. So my son, of course, when I get home, all he wants to do is be around Dad. And whatever Dad's doing, he wants to be around. He wants to play with his cars with me, and he wants to take me by the hand and show me something, or he just wants to pull me away. So it's literally impossible for me during the day to get quiet time and get some privacy to do a classic MMA revival or an MMA oddity. When it comes time for Pride Resurrection, it's me and Good Vibe go upstairs. My son can't come upstairs, and it's no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm going up there, shutting the door, and I don't care what's happening downstairs. We're recording that. But for the classic MMA revivals, I go into my little den, my little computer room I have. And, well, he knows how to open doors. So it's very difficult. So that's why I'm doing this very late at night, past my bedtime, so I can get this done. And we're almost finished. I'm so happy about that. Whew. Was able to get through this one, this second part here. No interruptions. Here's Masaaki Satake. He too looks like a sausage. You could almost describe him as looking like a condom filled with shit. He looks a bit weird with his shorts here. It looks like his shorts are too small for him. He needs to buy a size or two bigger short. Unless those shorts are from earlier in his career and he thinks he could still fit in them. He thinks he hasn't gained any weight. He thinks he's still as skinny as he was 7 years ago, but he's not. So here comes Paul, what did I say this guy's name was? Podol Yachin. He comes right in. He's going straight for Masaaki Satake. Satake here still kind of looks a little confident. Kind of brushes it off. Throws two kicks there. Masaaki Satake, this is no sweat. Throws a head kick. Throws another one. This is right up his alley. He's K1 Grand Prix winner previously. Oh, he gets some nice punches off and kicks there. And Padayachin has been neutralized so far. Masaaki Satake comes with that left. Yeah, Masaaki Satake, you're such a badass. I love this guy. He's got some spunk about him. Ah, God, he's got a lot of spunk. The Wing Commander 3 reference. God, I love his spunk. Oh, Masaaki Satake is looking pretty good here. Like I said, I think he's really comfortable. Nice kick there. Almost buckled Padayachin. He clinches here, double underhooks, knees. Masaaki Satake probably is not used to this in the K1. Is the clinching and grappling that is going to be allowed to go on, even the throws. Now he's kicked so plenty by Masaaki Satake, and he clinches again here. There is clinching in K1, but it's very limited. They don't let it happen for long. I think they allow it to go on a little bit longer in Ultimate Boxing here because of the potential for a throw or a takedown. More kicks from Masaaki Satake. He's really attacking that left leg. He jumps in with a left there. And Padayachin, felt that leg kick. You've seen him grimace, and he eats a punch right as he was grimacing. And he's going to take down Masaaki Satake. And he climbs into mount here. And he's going for punches. Ref, get in there. Stand it up. Yuji Shimada, get in there. The ref is not going to get in there and save Masaaki Satake with a quick stand-up. Padayachin is trying to trap the left arm there. That's pretty smart. First time we've seen that tonight. And there on cue, Yuji Shimada is in to stand him up. Padayachin now is the aggressor. Masaaki Satake is striking back though. Nice left there. Little chop and punch there from Padayachin. Padayachin, though, is pretty amateurish here, and I think he's pretty green. Masaaki Satake, you could call him a weathered veteran at this point. But he gets clipped there with two rights. He fires. He's gonna keep firing his leg kicks because I guess he's not as concerned as in his Pride fights about being taken down. Because although there is takedowns here, it's a little bit harder with boxing gloves, and I don't think he's worried that this guy is a American wrestler who can shoot in on him. Padayachin, I'm now calling him Padayachin. Padayachin. It's Podol Yachin. I'll just call him Padayachin. I don't want to dwell too much on pronouncing this guy's name. I swear, if I talked less about how I pronounce the guys' names or if I spent less time trying to figure out how to pronounce some of these guys' fucking names, I think there would be nothing filling. There would just be dead air. There would just be dead air on this video if I did not spend so much time talking about how to pronounce Russian names. So here we go, ready for round 2. Polyachin. He's looking a little goofy here. He's kind of awkward. He's very stilted here in his stance. Ooh, he gets a nice right there though. He's trying to fire back, and Masaki Satake might be a little rocked from that one. He's going for kicks, but he's slowing down here, and his trunks are way too tight on him. I'm serious that these trunks he used to fit in with ease back in 1994 when he was skinny, but now he's a little portly, and they don't fit. They look bad. It looks really bad because you just see his sort of fat midsection. They look fat when they get sort of squished and pushed out by his tight trunks, the waistband of his trunks. Polyachin here is making some headway with his aggressive striking, but Masaki clips him with that head kick right behind the left ear. Polyachin gives him a nod of validation, saying yes, it was a good kick. Satake should stick with the kicking here because his boxing is not looking that good. They're really mixing it up. This is a fun fight. I'm having a lot of fun with this fight. This is a great fight. Well, I won't say great. It's a fun fight. It's a fun fight. I don't want to call it great yet. We'll see what happens. But this is a fun fight. This whole event's been pretty good. There was probably one stinker, the Pele fight. It's probably been the worst fight of the card, but that was an okay fight. This card's been really good. I've been really impressed with this, and it really makes me sad that Ultimate Boxing appears to not have lasted very long as a promotion or as a style of event, style of a combat sport. Because this is pretty good, and I would say this was a sleeper. This was a sleeper hit of an event, maybe based around the competitors, the name power that was listed on the card. Probably fell under a lot of people's radar. But anyway, I'll talk more about that later. This fight has been really back and forth. Lots of punches, lots of kicks. This is a really fun fight. Polyachin tries to jump in there with a right punch, but he gets blocked. Masaki Satake is draining fast here. He's been a kicking machine, and he's getting pretty tired. His gas tank is not what it used to be. Not when he was about 30 pounds lighter and skinnier and in better shape, and his conditioning was better. Masaki and the bell rings, ending round 2. We're going to the final round here of the final fight. The very sausage-like body of Masaki Satake. Polyachin, and again, a very heavily covered ring girl. No midriff is exposed with that. Why not? It's a classy Russian ring girl. She doesn't want to show off too much, I guess. Maybe she has to be modest. Do they have modesty laws? Ooh, look at that kick. Do they have modesty requirements in Russia? Maybe Dagestan. Dagestan's a majority Muslim country or section of Russia, isn't it? I don't think the Russian dance troupe, the women dance troupe, are from Dagestan. Here we go, round 3. Oh, Polyachin goes for a kick, and Masaki Satake has totally reversed his strategy here, going for punches, but now he's kicking furious punches and kicks from both men. Masaki Satake slowing down. Polyachin's headhunting here. He needs to target these punches, straighten his punches out. He's going for very loopy punches. So what you do if a guy's getting real loopy with his punches and he's coming at you with these crazy haymakers, you tighten your punches up and you go for straight punches right down the pipe. That's what Masaaki Satake should do. Straight punches right down the pipe whenever this guy's coming in throwing these wild looping punches. Masaaki Satake has the neck here in a half tie clinch. He pushes off, goes for a kick. Oh, misses with that left. Yuji Shimada wants to see a lot of furious action here. Quick separation as they punch and keep punching. Oh, it's like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Masaaki Satake is looping his punches too. One of these guys need to straighten their punches up, and I think they would find success. There's a knee by Masaaki Satake. Oh, and a kick, he knocks him down. He gets it. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for that. I wanted to yell, but I had to remember my wife and child are sleeping. I wanted to jump up in celebration. He kicks him again. Get him, Satake. Oh my God, I want to see Satake knock him out so bad. Oh my God, get him, Satake. Get him. You've got a minute 20 left. Get him, yes. Masaaki Satake's never looked so good. This is great. I am so happy. This is awesome. This is good stuff. Oh, now they slow down here, clinch, but Yuji Shimada, he wants to see action. This is great. A chopping leg kick. Masaaki Satake has been working that leg this whole fight, but it hasn't paid off yet. He goes for that head kick that sort of slaps and sends him off balance. Masaaki Satake, his hair is looking very puffy, it's looking a little cane-ish, cane, frizz level. It's looking very frizzy here. Another separation. Satake's tired. I think Polyachin is pretty tired too. They've been throwing non-stop punches and kicks. How many punches and how many strikes have been thrown in this fight? I would say each guy, over 3 rounds, although they're only 3 minutes, I would say each guy has had at least thrown 200 to 300 strikes. I mean, they're still going. They're slowing down here, and Polyachin has grabbed the leg of Satake. He might take him down. Nope, against the ropes. Yuji Shimada wants to see action, and the bell rings, ending our fight. Well, the KO did not happen. I'm sad about that. I was on the edge of my seat there, hoping that Satake was going to knock him out. I think, though, it's good that it didn't happen, because I literally would have jumped up and cheered and probably waken up my wife, and she probably would have been very upset with me. Here it is, this kick. Wow. It took him off balance. It didn't knock him down flush. And he closes. Oh, nope. He keeps his eyes open, closes them at the end. Pow! Pops. He didn't want to go down, but he couldn't help it. It's a good fight. I like that. Easily the best fight on the card. I give it a 9 out of 10. That was easy. I think we know who won this. I would easily give this to Masaaki Satake. So after this, well, I just did the history of Masaaki Satake. We saw him fight for the last time at Pride 20. So I gave him a proper send-off already. If you're interested in what would happen with Masaaki Satake, go check out our review of Pride 20. As for Denis Podolyachin, after this, he would have, as I said earlier, how many fights did he have? He would have 12 more fights after this. I know, I wanted to double check. I know I said that earlier, and I remembered what I said, but I wanted to double check. His next bout would be against Kavkaz. I mentioned this earlier at Seikendo SWA Ultimate Boxing. That was in October of 2000. And then he would take about 3.5 years off from fighting. He would come back in 2004 in May and fight for the West Siberian Fighting Championship promotion. He would appear at the West Siberian Fighting Championships number 8, 10, 11, and 12, and that was through 2004. He would lose twice and win twice against people. Denis Sobolev, I recognize that name. The Sobolev, Denis. And then after that, he would fight a couple more times up until 2010. He would fight sparingly after 2004. He would fight once in 2005, twice in 2006, twice in 2007, and then once in 2010. His record would end at 7 wins, 5 losses. And let's hear Masaki Satake. He's got a lot of frizz going on. He forgot his mouthpiece, and whoa, he's missing some teeth. Wait, did his teeth come out of his mouth with his mouth guard, or I paused it perfect right there. There's a lot going on with this still frame there. There is a lot. I just heard a noise. I think there might be ghosts in my room here. I think it was my cats. There's a lot going on with this picture right here that you could say. What happened? Masaki Satake, he had teeth, didn't he? What happened to his teeth? Where did his front teeth go? It looks ridiculous. He's got a lot of frizz going on. His hair's gotten very frizzy. It's almost like a chow, or what's that Japanese dog? The doggo, a Chiba dog. His hair's looking very Chiba dog like, and he's missing his 2 front teeth. What happened? Where did his teeth go? Are they in the mouth guard? He's very excited here. That was a big win for him. A much needed victory in the combat sports world for Masaki Satake. Maybe he's got false teeth in the front, like fakes, like implants, and he takes them out for fights. Because I don't think we've ever got a chance to hear him. Maybe he has like fake dentures or something that he puts in after fights. Because we've never gotten a chance to hear him speak, I think, in Pride. After a fight, that is. We've heard him speak in like promos. I remember one promo for like Pride 9 maybe. They did that whole I Am Pride promo where all the fighters said I am Pride, I am Pride. And Masaki Satake, he's like, I am the Masaki Satake, I am Pride. I heard him talk, but he had teeth there. So I'm wondering if he has fake teeth that he puts in. Could be. Unless he didn't notice there that his teeth had fallen out somewhere during the fight. So there's Satoru Sayama with our commentators. Not sure what happened to Riza Stegmaier. We haven't heard from her since the 3rd fight of the video. Igor Borisov versus Giant Ochai. That was the last time we heard from Risa. Why was she here? Where did she go? Well, I don't know if there's much left to actually see. Oh, there's Sakigabara back there, looking very brooding. He's plotting. I'm not sure if there's going to be anything else we really want to see in this here. Okay, they're just going to replay. So that's it. Well, fight fans, we've made it to the end. I am happy. I am ecstatic. What did you think of this event? I liked it. I liked it a lot. I would love to see more Ultimate Boxing Seikendo. But I don't know if I'll ever get to see any more. I don't know if video exists. Maybe video exists, but it might be pretty hard to track down. Or I might have to pay for it. If I find a bootlegger, I might have to pay for it. And I'm not against that. I think I'd be willing to do that for a Seikendo event. So if you know of where to find more Seikendo Ultimate Boxing, let me know. I'd really appreciate it. But this has been one of the best events I think I've watched for Classic MMA Revival. I really enjoyed it. I thought the quality of the fighting was good. The matchups were good. The action was great. All around, a very good event. I give it an 8 out of 10. What was your score? What did you think of Seikendo? Pride versus Seikendo, if I can remember the name of the fucking event. Ultimate Boxing, I think, is in there somewhere. Leave a comment below. Let me know. But for now, I must bid you adieu. It's really late. It's time for bed. I have been the most dangerous man alive today. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. And I will sniff you fucking jerks later.